In the arsenal of the Doomslayer, an icon of unrelenting fury and divine retribution, the Penance Hand stands apart not merely as a weapon but as a symbolic artifact. Where the super shotgun speaks in thunder and the crucible sings in radiant fire, the Penance Hand is quiet, patient. It waits, it absorbs, and then it heals. A gauntlet forged in the forgotten forges of Urdak, this melee weapon doubles as a runic shield and parasitic siphon, turning the essence of hell back upon itself. The Penance Hand is not mechanical, but divine mechanical, a hybrid of Urdak tech and unholy metallurgy. Its outer casing bears angelic glyphs carved over a blackened obsidian exoskeleton pulsating with argent energy. A luminous orb sits at the center of the forearm, covered by retractable runic plates. These are not merely for decoration, they serve as micro-runes that analyze and redirect incoming demonic energy. According to codices hidden within the Seraphim's archives, the Penance Hand was originally designed for the Prime Sentinels, as a sacred instrument of purification. But none could wield it safely. It required more than strength. It demanded unshakable will, righteous fury, and a soul stained in blood yet untouched by corruption. Only the Doomslayer fit that impossible mold. Functionality: shield, siphon, salvation. 1. Defensive mode: sanctified guard. When raised, the Penance Hand unfolds into a shimmering energy shield roughly the size of a riot barrier, radiating a soft golden hue. It's not indestructible, but it is adaptive. It modulates its strength based on proximity to demonic energy. The more intense the Hellspawn's assault, the harder the shield becomes. It reflects lesser projectiles, fireballs, imp spears, and absorbs more powerful ones, like revenant missiles or barren hellfire bolts. 2. Vampiric siphon. Blood to ether. The true miracle lies in its core function: projectile siphoning. When a demonic projectile is absorbed, the Penance Hand converts the energy into restorative essence, directly restoring the Doomslayer's health. The more vicious the attack, the greater the yield. At maximum capacity, a successful absorption can even trigger a brief overload, emitting a shockwave that staggers all nearby demons. This makes the Penance Hand a game-changer in prolonged engagements. A moment of calm amid chaos, where perfect timing transforms defense into salvation. 3. Melee mode. Judgment blow. Though primarily defensive, the Penance Hand can be used as a bludgeoning weapon. Its melee strike is slower than the Doom Blade or Crucible, but devastating. Each impact triggers a delayed burst of argent light, which can purge nearby demonic corruption, especially useful against shielded or spectral enemies. Thematically, the Penance Hand is more than a tool. It is a symbol of Doomslayer's internal evolution. Where once he was only rage, blind and absolute, the Penance Hand represents his shift toward controlled purpose, a recognition that survival is not just about destruction but transmutation. It represents a holy contradiction: salvation born from sin, health born from hatred, mercy in the form of brutal retaliation. In cutscenes, the Penance Hand would be often shown glowing only when the Slayer faces overwhelming odds, suggesting it reacts to his intent. Not mere survival, but saving others drives it. In one hidden memory echo, we could see the Slayer use it to shield a young child during the fall of Terra's Nabad, even as his rage burned hotter than ever. That's when the runes would etch themselves into the gauntlet, proof that the hand had chosen him. Gameplay-wise, the Penance Hand adds a new layer of strategy. Absorb and heal. Players must time the shield activation to catch incoming projectiles at the perfect moment for maximum health return. Stagger enemies. Well-timed overloads can disrupt Hell Priest's minions before they swarm. Close combat dominance. Its melee knockback makes it ideal for clearing space during glory kill cooldowns. The weapon rewards discipline over chaos, mastery over panic, making it perfect for veterans of Ultra Nightmare mode. In the hands of lesser beings, a weapon is a tool. In the hands of the Doomslayer, a weapon becomes a declaration, a final word etched in fire and fury. Among his vast and infernal arsenal, the holy fire stands as an aberration of purity, a make weapon that channels not hatred but the cosmic truth of light itself. This is not a gun. It is a celestial revelation shaped in gold and fury and whispered into existence by the architects of reality. The holy fire is a pistol-class weapon, yet it is no sidearm. It is a starbound conduit, a crystalline channeler that draws upon the raw might of nearby stellar bodies, compressing their radiant energy into devastating bolts of anti-sin flame. Origin and design, maker artistry, starborn engineering. Forged in the vaults beneath Ingmor's core, the holy fire is said to be the first and last of its kind, crafted not by mortal hands, but by a conclave of high makers during the twilight of their golden age. Its creation is heretical by maker standards, for it bridges the material with the divine, science with faith, entropy with eternity. The weapon itself is slender and elegant, adorned with shimmering gold alloys, laced with argent etchings that pulsate in rhythmic light, echoing the heartbeat of a star. The muzzle resembles a triple-pronged corona, resembling solar flares in perpetual free frame. A small spherical core near the grip contains a fragment of stellar plasma floating within a vacuum-sealed make prism. This is the weapon's soul, its connection to distant suns. It is said that the holy fire can synchronize with the gravitational and radiant signatures of the nearest star, allowing it to siphon solar radiation across light years. This feat, incomprehensible to mortals, is made possible by maker-fold thought constructs embedded in its inner chamber, living code that bends time-space only when held by a being of immense will. Functionality, compression, charge, cataclysm. 1. Primary fire, solar lance. The standard shot from the holy fire is a blazing bolt of compressed stellar radiation. The projectile travels faster than a conventional bullet, burning through armor, flesh, and even dimensional shielding. It ignites enemies, causing sustained radiant burn damage, particularly effective against demons born of the dark void, e.g., specters, archviles, and wraithspawn. What sets this apart is that ammo is not consumed in the traditional sense. As long as the weapon remains in a solar-aligned system, it draws passive energy from ambient starlight. On planets like Earth or Mars, it functions nearly indefinitely. In void-ravaged zones like Hell's deeper layers, the charge rate slows, though never fully ceases. 2. Charge shot, Corona Wrath. The true strength of the holy fire lies in its charge mechanic. By holding down the trigger, the player can accumulate solar energy with each tier, exponentially increasing the bolt's power and scale. At full charge, the weapon emits a deep harmonic hum, echoing like the distant song of a sun. The muzzle glows white-hot and the crosshair fractures into concentric rings. When fired, the projectile becomes a miniature solar eruption, vaporizing anything within its radius. The impact leaves a burned crater and scorched silhouettes mark nearby surfaces. At its highest level, a fully charged holy fire shot can one-shot lesser demons, stagger heavies, and even disrupt the shielding of other demons and empowered tyrants. 3. Ultimate Overload, Helios Collapse, unlocked via upgrade or mod. In moments of extreme peril, the holy fire allows one final act, a starburst overload. By overcharging the weapon past its safe threshold, the user triggers a controlled singularity detonation, consuming the stellar fragment within. Everything in a wide radius is pulled inward, then detonated in a star flare burst. The player is left at 1 HP but temporarily gains 10 seconds of invulnerability. The weapon becomes unusable for several minutes while it passively rebuilds its stellar core. Unlike the Slayer's brutalist arsenal, the holy fire carries an aura of reverence. It is not meant to kill, it is meant to purify. The makers built it not for war, but for execution, reserved for entities whose very existence was an affront to the cosmic order. The weapon's name is no accident. It is holy in both function and ideology, a flame not of chaos, but of order, wielded by one who walks the tightrope between salvation and genocide. There are whispers among the Night Sentinels that the Seraphim once used a prototype of this weapon to banish an entire realm of fallen makers, sealing them in the black hole of Allura. If true, the holy fire is more than just a pistol, it is a divine verdict. Gameplay strategy, Light Eternal, Fury Unbound. Quick kills, the primary fire is perfect for dispatching fodder demons cleanly without wasting shotgun or heavy weapon ammo. Environmental abuse, the charged projectile can be bounced off walls or aimed at choke points to wipe out clusters. Combo utility, a holy fire shot into a flame-belched crowd can stack fire, burn, and radiant damage, triggering faster health and armor drops. Boss disruption, use charged shots between other attacks to interrupt casting animations or break armor segments on high-tier demons. The weapon rewards timing, environmental awareness, and restraint. Its full potential is not in spraying fire, but in waiting, charging, and obliterating with divine wrath.